No, I don't think we
people
did.
coming in. I gotta make some room.
Yeah.
Okay, we're live.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Where we at, Mike?
10 seconds or what?
All right, you control your volume.
Which one?
Each of those.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's off. Turn them up where everybody can hear them at least.
Okay.
Welcome to the prison show. All right. Well, we've got a new show tonight. It's got a few different changes in it. I want to welcome Tanika J. Solomon, who's a parole attorney, and she's co-hosting with me tonight. And we're going to see how it goes from there.
Thanks for having me back.
Well, yeah, if I can get where I can hear you here. All right. Anyway, thank you for coming in and taking part. We've got we got something unusual tonight. One, we're going to have a renewal of vows from some folks that got married while they were in TDCJ. So they're going to come in here directly and renew their vows as a married couple. And after that, then we've got Michael Allen with some announcements he's got. Dave Atwood with the Death Row News. Daniel Mancini's going to do his summary in Spanish. Then a break song and then callers. And callers, if you would, no cussing and keep it to 2 minutes. Out of respect for the other callers trying to get through and have something to say. What I want to do right now is let's go ahead and let me kind of interview you, Tanika.
Sounds good.
How'd you get involved with the prison show?
Well, I was first invited onto the show after the passing of my good friend Tammy Peden.
Mm-hmm.
Great parole attorney, well loved, well liked across the state of Texas. I stepped into her shoes, into her practice, and started taking over her cases for the most part on a pro bono basis. So I was invited onto the prison show to share as much as possible, statuses and updates, and if I'd had my way, I certainly would have been here more often. But taking on that many cases, you know, we signed up, or we undertook more than 900 of her active cases on a pro bono basis, and if you can imagine, that kept me really busy. So Friday nights, unfortunately, I was not able to be down here at the station. We are winding down the estate, and I look forward to having the opportunity to being here on a regular basis. I'm addicted now.
Yeah.
You know, I care about my people. I want to make sure that this is merely a transition. You know, you might find yourself on the inside, but we're going to do all we can to get you out and make life palatable and as comfortable as possible while you're inside. Preparing you for re-entry. And so any and everything that I can do to help with that endeavor, trust me, I'm all aboard.
Well, that's good. Now, you also have kind of an announcement about this, because you've done, from Tammy, you took on how many cases? 900? 900
cases. She
Yeah.
had 900 active cases, and so those folks were moving quickly into review by the time she passed, and then there was a backlog of about 2 months worth of hearings that needed to be conducted and held. So everything was on an emergency basis. Of course, I sent out a notice saying, giving notice to her clients that she passed, and I was there to honor her then existing rep agreements, et cetera, et cetera. That notice went out to 900 people. We actually tried to encourage some folks to hire other counsel to give us some breathing room.
Right.
But the estate is going through they are winding down. This has been nearly a year. I mean, Jim passed in March, Tammy passed in April, and so we've been a Band-Aid since then. And so it's now time to move on. I mean, I'm addicted to parole. I'm doing this on a full-time basis. But we've got to keep the lights on, that's for sure. And we've got to be able to take the clients' calls. I love being in the units, and so I need to be able to get out there.
Before anybody goes thinking that she's saying she's just in it for the money, that's not at all the case. She's done well over 400 hearings pro bono.
Right.
That's a lot of hearings. No other attorney in town is doing that, I promise you. There's lots of good attorneys. They do pro bono work and everything, but 400 is a lot of hearings. That's like a caseload for a public defender.
It is, and they have the government backing them.
Yes.
And so what we want to be able to do is keep the phones on so that we can take your calls and answer your questions. We have to be able to respond to your mail. You know, when people are in dire straits or issues come up and they need counseling, how do I fill out my forms? How do I file my grievance? What do I do next?
Where can I get this information?
Right. We need to be able to, I need staffing, adequate staffing on the inside to answer those phones. I need enough phone lines, you know, et cetera, but not to mention, we've got to keep me on the road to the units. I mean, I think I get more bang for my buck when I'm there spending FaceTime with folks, whether they're my clients or not. You know, I just need to be in the units, and we get so much information about what's going on and where the needs are and how we can help, you know, from outside the gates. So I have to be in the units.
Phone, email, and letters all work great, but there's nothing like being able, when a question pops up in your mind, or in a case you're speaking with somebody about, you're able to get an answer right away.
Absolutely.
As opposed to, well, I got to mail them a letter back, and then I got to wait for the mail to get back to me. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think it speaks volumes for folks when you're getting that visit from your lawyer.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm sure there's some extra credibility, right? Some extra
sure
clout that you get.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a lay-in here.
Yeah.
Waiting for my attorney visit. Exactly.
Well, we want to thank you for doing what you're doing, and guys, you're going to have to just forgive her on the issue of having to make enough money to live and keep the office open. That's just how life works.
Right.
But in the meantime, she has been knocking them dead, doing it all pro bono and stuff. So she's earned her wings on this one.
And we're getting good results. Let me say, you know, we are getting great results. I mean, you know, we're able to bring good people home. The key is making sure that folks do their work. You've got to put in your work. You know, stay disciplinary free. Keep a positive attitude. Take those classes.
Clean and sober.
Yeah. No sneaking. You know, do what you can.
Don't run around with a cell phone in your pocket. You know, I had and you know, for those of you out there listening, just a quick commentary on the cell phone issue. I had a family that was contacting me about some stuff, and the husband was still in the unit and had a cell phone.
Okay.
Guys, get rid of them.
Okay.
You know, they can just sock you 45 days and do a little quickie on you, but they can also charge you with a new felony and keep you a few years longer.
Right.
And that happens from time to time. You know, it depends on the unit you're on and the situation you're in and who it is that gets you, etc. Let go of it, man. You can write a letter, you can get a shout out, you can do all those things. But what you can't do is any more time, please.
Right. And it's devastating to the family, you know.
Yeah.
Mom, wife.
I had visions in my mind of this gentleman was almost getting out.
Oh, wow.
And his wife let me know that he had it. I said, tell him to get rid of it. You want him coming home on that day, not some other day way down the line. Not even 45 days, for God's sake. You know, I know it's a lifeline and, you know, connection to home, but you can do it better ways that won't get you in trouble.
There's so many other ways.
Yeah, nobody ever got in trouble for writing a letter home.
Right. Well, we're thankful for this show because the shout-outs gives the extra lifeline that folks don't have.
Which reminds me about the Christmas show. We're on for calls all night, 9 to midnight, Monday night, Christmas night.
That's awesome.
So, fellas, not only will you get a little Christmas dinner or whatever it is you get on your unit. I'm not promising that's going to be any good, but well. Anyway, I'm not promising that's going to be that great, but you can hear shout-outs from 9 to midnight. And Uncle Ray will be here, and as you know, Uncle Ray can put on a show. Well, most of this crew's going to be here, actually.
I'll be here if you guys will have me, and if you get bored enough, I'll sing for you.
We'll have you. Oh, yeah, I threaten them with that, too. But everybody winces when I do it. All right, so let me check where we're at on the clock here, because I've got... okay, well, looks like we've got about 3 minutes left on this segment. Okay, so we got the prison show Monday night. It's a special show. It's the Christmas show, and again, it'll be Uncle Ray. Oh, yeah, they're asking me where my phone is, and I think I just figured it out. It's probably in my pocket. About to die. It's in some pocket. At any rate, we'll. I got more hands than mine in my pockets.
Yep.
That's getting scary.
Early Christmas present.
At any rate, the show is a special one that we try to carry on the tradition that Ray set when we were doing Christmas shows, or he was doing Christmas shows rather, and we've been doing it the last 5 years. And you know, I see David Collinsworth is nearby. Tons of stuff on here. Anyway, yeah, I've already said that several times. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so at any rate, the crew will be here. Ray will be here. We will be holding down the fort for some programmers that you know, maybe just want Christmas night off, and were kind enough to offer us a time where we could do it. So you know, expect to tune in. Tell your families to tune in if they're visiting you this weekend, in spite of the cold and the rain and all that. And that's a different segment. At any rate, we have we have an issue going on here. It's not really an issue. At any rate, I need to focus on what I'm doing and talk to y'all. We have upcoming, we're going to have a renewal of vows, as I mentioned in the opening, and the folks are in here now. They're getting ready, and we'll go ahead with that here momentarily. And I just want to remind everybody about the Christmas show again. Tell your families to call in that night. If you're listening tonight, you get an additional opportunity to call in. 9 to midnight, we're doing a whole 3 hours call-ins. And the number is 713-526-5738. That's the studio line here at KPFT. Hadn't changed in 18 years. And it's the one you always call in on. So be sure and call. And you can start calling tonight for tonight's show at 9:30. So that's coming right up.
Excellent.
All right. Well, now while they're all getting in place, getting in position here, I need to go ahead and interview the young lady that came in to do this. Now, y'all may know her from the, well, let me see. We need both those mics out this way. And so, yeah, so these folks can grab your mic and introduce yourself.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm like $1 million, but yeah, we got a lot going on in the studio tonight, folks. We're also being filmed by a crew from, well, partially from France,
Yeah.
and partially from here in the States. And I've met some of these guys through another entirely different avenue, but you know, it's good to see everybody, and it's good to have you back in the house, Gabby.
Good to be here.
Okay, now, all right. So you're actually kind of known for doing the birthday show.
Yes, I'm the birthday lady. Yes, this is Joanna Hall, the birthday lady from Splendora, Texas.
Yep.
I'm also an ordained minister, and I do, my company, we do ceremonies on the unit and try to make blessed events, memorable moments for these people.
Now, you want to introduce the couple for us?
This is Reed and Esmer Eford.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Merry Christmas.
Reed just got out 2 weeks ago, and they were married on May 3rd, 2016 at the Garza East Unit.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
great. All right, so now, is there any, what do I need to do? Stand, hold my hand over my,
No.
Over your heart.
what do I need, yeah, what do I need to do here? Just get out of your way?
Well,
Y'all all pull your mics right up next to you,
Alrighty.
and you need to be about like so.
David said that we were going to give them the opportunity to renew their vows,
Right.
and I've got a few things to say, and they want to say some things to each other.
Well, this is carrying on what was a traditional thing when Ray was doing the show. They, you know, in those days the laws were different. You were able to do proxy weddings, and they did them directly here from the prison show. The
didn't know
laws
that.
changed, and we were not able to do that anymore. So this is the next step maybe in that transition there. And y'all go right ahead.
All right.
I'm happy for you
First
to be
and
here.
foremost,
doing
thank you for having us. I appreciate that.
As I said, Reed and Esmer married on May 3rd, 2016. So I'm going to go ahead and begin with the vow renewal ceremony. 1 year, 7 months, 19 days ago, Reed and Esmer declared their love to God and the world. Many people believe that marriage is a final step in a romantic relationship. However, it's the first step to a new adventure that starts fresh every day. Today, we're gathered here in the sight of God and in the presence of these witnesses to celebrate a renewal of their vows. No marriage is perfect. No matter the challenge you face, you're facing them together. And no matter how much you succeed, you're succeeding together. The love between you joins you as one. One in hope, one in believing in life, and one in sharing the coming years. That was a piece I saved from your marriage.
Yeah, from my original.
Reed and Esmer would like to share their own vows to each other.
Okay. Dear Reed, we promise to love each other no matter the distance between us.
That we promised, and today you stand before me, nothing between us.
We promise to love each other for better, for worse, and today's our proof.
Our love has made through hard times and will make it through good times as well.
Today, I thank you for the hope and the dreams, and thank you for making them come true. I love you more than I did yesterday.
Today, as we renew our vows, I promise the same. I love you, Esmer.
Oh, how precious. All right, I'm going to ask a little question. It's going to be a little different from when I asked you before. Esmer, will you continue to have Reed as your husband and recommit to hold him close and cherish your relationship together?
I do.
Reed, will you continue to have Esmer as your wife and recommit to hold her close and cherish your relationship together?
I will.
I hereby pronounce Esmer, and Reed are still happily married. Your vows renewed, and your marriage may move forward and become stronger than you ever imagined. Reed, you may seal the renewal of your vows with a kiss. Committed once again to another before God, it gives me great pleasure to present Mr. and Mrs. Reed Eford. From this day forth, may your joys be plenty and your worries be few as love continues to grow.
Thank you. Yay!
Well, congratulations, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, all right, you've been out about 3 weeks, right?
Yes.
2.5, 3 weeks. And you're home now. Things obviously is off to a new start here. And renewing your vows seemed like a pretty cool thing.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was really cool. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
so in the free world, in the free world. That's
With
all,
nothing between them. I like how they said
no,
that.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing between you. Yeah, that's amazing.
Except love, of course.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, meaning nothing like doors, walls,
No
glass,
glass. No
right?
nothing. I could touch
Yeah.
them. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and are you working yet?
Yes, I have a job already.
Excellent.
Came out right to work.
Success story right in the making right now.
Yeah. Living
Excellent.
proof. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we get a lot of success stories on here, but we always want more. You know, I mean, that's what we really want for everybody that gets out.
You know, people say that ex-cons, they come out and it's hard to find a job, but I mean, I jumped right in it.
The first one that's got to get over that is you. Just like the first one that had to get over it was me, you know. And the same thing with David. David and I both made careers out of all this, and you know, we had Dewey that was out here, did the sound for us for 28 years. We just passed a year since he passed away, and boy, Dewey, I miss you again. How about that?
He's listening.
Yeah, he's listening. I know he is. Yeah, every Friday night. But I want to congratulate y'all on behalf of the prison show and the whole prison show gang here, because this is the first time we've come back and been able to carry on this tradition that Ray started. Those many years ago, you know, back when the dinosaurs and somebody with a transistor radio, you know, that was about it. Something like that. My history's a little foggy, but
What really helped them to be a success is Reed has had a strong, powerful force behind him while he was incarcerated, and she still stands behind him now.
right.
Yeah, I encourage him every day. I mean, there's nothing I don't push him to do.
Now, Reed, when you were in there, were you doing things like self-improvement type stuff, taking classes, that sort of thing?
This time I didn't. I didn't have any opportunity. I mean, I made parole so fast. It was one of those. I signed up for a lot of things, but you know, they put you on a waiting list, and before my number came up, they paroled me.
Well, that's good. I mean, that, if you got to do it, that's
parole
the best
packets,
way. Yeah.
Everything helps. Everything helps. I always encourage everybody. I go to those SIPA meetings. I always tell everybody those packets help.
They
always,
really do.
They really do. I mean, if you do have that support system, they always take that into consideration. That's a big plus.
Excellent.
Definitely.
Home to come to, parole package that includes a home to come into, prospects for employment, you know.
Support letters. You know,
letters of
just showing
support.
that you have your friends, you have family, you know, you're not alone, and you know, there's somebody there to push you.
Yeah, people there helping you and pushing you along, and just maybe acting like bumpers now and then, keep you on that.
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
do. I do.
That's it.
Mine does too.
Someone's got to do it.
Well, we know the drill on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and it just turned out to be perfect timing because the film crew's here, and y'all are now part of prison show history and
All right, definitely.
documentary history.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the prison show or do shout-outs?
I never did, to be honest with you, but I listened to the show. I always, always tuned into it. At TIFA meetings, always heard about it. They always, encourage people to be part of it, and that's what brought my attention to it. So definitely, I just never had the time to do shout-outs. Unfortunately, I was, the one being at home, so I didn't have that chance. But as far as listening, yeah, I definitely did.
Well, and y'all are, you're really from outside our normal listening area.
Yeah, we're from San Antonio, Texas. Yeah.
So
Wow.
you
And
have
he
to
was in
listen
Garza.
online.
And he's,
Yeah, the last unit I was in was Sharon, and it wasn't too far.
Where in
Oh, yeah,
Montana?
you can hear
Ramsey
that.
too.
Ramsey.
Yeah.
My son's at Ramsey. He has been for a little over a year. Hello, Floyd.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right, well,
definitely.
I don't know, let me get a look at the clock here and see where we're at with the schedule, because that's part and parcel of my job in here, that and yakking. Let's see, we got 9:27. Oh, we got about 5 minutes, excellent.
Excellent.
Well,
I could sing.
so,
No, I'm just kidding. I can't.
well, we need to wish all the guys out there a very Merry Christmas. This is something, and I want y'all to please join us in that, because this is probably the hardest time of year for people on the outside. So you can only imagine that's magnified on the inside.
Definitely.
With no family, no friends around you, and that sort of thing.
Inside
You
and
got
out,
your
definitely.
homeboys with you, maybe, but and a lot of guys are loners in there too. So it's a special time of year when it helps us to be able to say Merry Christmas to people and mean it, and have a little group belief that that's what we are trying to do, is make people's Christmas a little merrier.
Yeah.
And hopefully the prison show on Christmas night will help that.
Absolutely. And can we please encourage the families? I mean, it's not too late, but reach out to your loved ones. Drop them a note. Drop them a Christmas card, a 50-cent card.
Yeah.
I dropped just a handful of Christmas and holiday greeting cards to folks, and the feedback you get from the guys. Well, no one's written me in years, or thank you so much for the lovely card, and you didn't want anything, you just brightened my day, thank you.
Say a million
So
words.
please, it doesn't matter what the family relationship is, what the riff is, or I know that this is a stressful time on families, but if you don't reach out to them at any other time, reach out at Christmas, right?
Yeah,
A little Christmas cheer and kindness, huh?
It does go a long way, definitely. I agree.
We've had, like some of the calls, we've had calls on this show where people have had an attitude, maybe the son got busted for drugs and the parents were just dead set
Very
against
negative.
drugs.
Right.
And a total negative attitude about it.
Right.
Hadn't talked to him for 5 years, and mom finally started writing and then visiting a little, and dad's still hard-headed about it. But mom finally will get dad on the show and tell him, you don't have to even, he can't even talk back to you. Just say something to your son. And the dad will get on there, and by the time dad's done, he's in tears, I'm in tears, mom's in tears.
Right, we're all back together.
We're all bawling.
Yeah, that's all it takes sometimes, yeah.
Because
Communication.
because the situation just took a big turn.
Right.
And
Right.
there's suddenly there's a little healing going on in that family situation. And look, if there's no other time of year, Christmas ought to be about healing family, if nothing else.
Forgiving. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm glad right here before Christmas we got to have y'all in, renew your vows.
Yeah, this is super cool. Thank you.
You know,
super cool.
and I appreciate y'all coming all the way in from San Antonio. And I appreciate this
with
young
only
lady.
1 day's notice.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, one day I called my husband at work and I'm like, babe, we got to do this. He's like, wait, hold on, but what about work? And I'm like, I got this.
okay. Well,
We did it. We made it happen. Thank you.
That's great.
Thanks
This
for
is an
sharing
experience
this.
for us too. So
Even
thank
though
you.
she never found my Challenger out there in Splendora, I love the fact that she come in here and helped us out and did this for us
Yes.
tonight.
She's been a blessing too. I
Yeah.
really, really, really. She's
Yeah,
a blessing in disguise.
every time
she
we
is
see
the
her, she's
sweetest.
a blessing to all of us. So.
She's always just a phone call, a text away. So thank you.
And another announcement, I guess, in the works here is that Ms. Linda out here is going to be helping you with getting.
I'm going to talk to her about that a little bit tonight and get her
Okay.
number and information. It's been so crazy the last 6 months maybe, but
And start working on the birthday thing again. Excellent.
so
All
I
right.
can
Well,
start doing the shout outs for the birthday.
she's been looking for a way to get more directly involved with us and stuff, and we want her to be. You know, we try and give everybody that comes in here a job and something they can do and like doing. You know.
Yeah.
And.
Yeah. He was wondering if if it's possible, but you can give a couple of shout outs to some of his.
Please do. Please do.
You got about a minute.
These are a few friends of mine that were in the Stringfellow, Ramsey 2, Maud Selly, Alex Pena, and my friend Brandon Turner, and a friend of mine that's at the Tarot unit. His name is Dirty, Jaime Venegas. I'd like to give a shout out to them.
Yeah. Have a good
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas.
guys.
Well, boys, your leader is out here. Follow suit.
That's it.
Follow
right.
suit.
And he's got a
Definitely.
great big smile on
Yeah,
his
he-
face.
yeah.
I wish y'all could see him.
And a pretty wife, a great big smile. He's
That's
got
right.
a job. He's already making a success story out of himself in
Definitely.
short order. I like that.
That's right.
Just God bless y'all.
Thank you.
Yep.
Merry
Well,
Christmas, everyone.
we're gonna move into the next segment now, where we've got an announcement from Parole Solutions that I think is getting queued up right now. Merry Christmas.
Demonstrate to the parole panel that you have a support system in place upon release. These letters can include information regarding your employment, potential employment, residence, transportation, available treatment programs if that's applicable to you, and other information that the writer feels would be helpful in the parole panel making their decision. They need to be sure to include your name and your TDCJ number. Now, will a large number of letters or petitions make more of a difference in the parole panel's decision? The quick answer is no. You need good quality. It's quality over quantity. You want a few clear and concise letters stating the nature of support, financial, vocational, residential, etc., are preferable to voluminous petitions and letters. It's not necessary to send a copy of the letter to each parole panel member. Letters are placed in your file and are available for review by every member of the parole panel. Everyone here at Houghton, DuBose, and Nizami PLLC wishes you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And please remember to keep sending your questions to 3013 Fountain View Drive, Suite number 1.
Coming on 1 minute.
Houston, Texas 77057. Or you can call us at 713-782-6060 or email us at parolesolutionsLawGroup@gmail.com or find us on the web at
30 seconds.
parolesolutionsLawGroup.com.
Well, I want to, we want to welcome Mike into the studio. Michael Allen is in here from In-Mass Incarceration, fresh off a hot party they threw last week, meet and greet with a couple of bands and a lot of nice folks.
Yeah, that was fun, wasn't it, Hank?
Yep.
That was really nice. I I was mentioning to somebody, I noticed when I started talking, they all shut up, and he said, that's because somebody told them to. So, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, they listened.
Yeah, they did listen.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. But, yeah, I wanted to mention the Christmas event again before Sunday, but I wanted to start at the beginning because that's always a good place to start. And hey, guys, you know, I've heard that I've been criticized by a few of you in there for being a little too peaceful, maybe, you know. But you got to know that's just my radio persona. I'm not that peaceful of a person, you know. Like Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi before me, I do advocate nonviolent direct action. But like them, I always leave out the part about what the real purpose of this tactic and strategy is, to force the police and the military to use violence against nonviolent people. The key is the media. You have to get pictures of the blood. The British Army beat Gandhi's people until their arms got tired, and the newspapers of the world ran the story front page, and the British lost India that day. The police in Selma attacked Martin Luther King Jr.'s people and bloodied them, and all America saw it on the 6 o'clock news. A few months later, the Civil Rights Act of 1964 became law. We can't fight them head on. They're too powerful. But when we take the moral high ground and they beat on us, we end up winning. Antifa are idiots and unwitting reactionaries. They actually make this government stronger and more secure in their oppression. I can't figure out how to get people out in the street. They know what the police are capable of, and they're afraid of being hurt. I don't blame them. I understand. But what I'm focused on now is just trying to take care of our communities, you know, the oppressed communities, all of us, black, white, brown, and red. They try to pit us against each other, and they control us by our hatred of each other. All of you guys in there, just as all of us out here, are being manipulated by those in power. And it's more our fault than theirs. So now I choose to build community instead of fight. I go to the jail at Christmas time and try to heal the damage the system's inflicting on little kids. Psychologically, they're preparing them to be locked up, first by visits to mom and dad, then the school oppression and punishment, and then they get a TDCJ number. So what we're doing, I know a lot of you know it, but what we're doing is we're going to the jail on Christmas Eve. We're going there with two Santas, two jails there, two Santas, and piles of presents, and we're giving these little kids that are beat down by this experience on this holiday when they're supposed to be running and jumping and laughing and carefree. They're having to go into these jails and talk to their mom or dad behind glass and not touch them. So when they walk out, what we're trying to do is take care of them, you know, and get rid of this emotional damage that the system is inflicting on these smallest and most innocent victims of the system. And like Hank mentioned, KPFT and a bunch of local activists were involved in a toy drive and a party. We raised some money, and it was a really nice affair. So what I think, and I just want you to think about this, what I think is that we have to, I've been reading a lot about the old Black Panther Party. This is what they did in the 60s. They ignored fighting the system. They concentrated on taking care of the weak, the children, the old people, the hungry, and the victims of crime in their own neighborhoods. We can't depend on the government or the police. They feed on our disorganization, just like the COs do. Take care of your community, the whole community in there. And we'll be doing the same thing out here. Join us when you get out. You know, we can do as people have done throughout history and provide for our own well-being. With time and effort, we can ignore this government, this corrupt and oppressive government, out of existence. So that's my rant for the night. So good night, Merry Christmas, y'all, and take care of each other. Good night.
Right.
Well, yeah, I can't echo that enough. You know, when I got out, I went to work in a nonprofit, and part and parcel of that was getting involved with things like the death penalty and in mass incarceration before it was an organization, that sort of thing. And that, that's how change comes about. People have to get out, get busy, and stick to it, because it's not going to happen overnight. They got too much money and too many laws on their side to make it happen that way. If we're talking revolution, that doesn't happen overnight.
No, I mean, with that idiot, I'm not going to mention any names, Donald Trump in there.
Yeah, no.
It's getting worse, and we've got to figure out a different tactic. We can't take these people head on. They are too powerful.
Yeah, and they can spread things that are, got a grain of truth in them and a whole lot of not so much truth, or just flat out lies. And they can spread those just by the fact that they stand up in front of the cameras and say them, and the media reports that stuff.
Well,
it's hard to get media to come out for in mass incarceration.
Look, during the hunger strike last year, that was a problem. There were people involved inside there. You guys know it, but there was no media coverage. They control what comes out, what information comes out. This government controls and twists the information that people get. I was at Standing Rock. They were beating on people. They were shooting us with rubber bullets, and none of the major newspapers would cover it. It wasn't until Facebook went crazy and social media went crazy that finally we started getting some coverage, because the government controls the information that we get. And like Hank said, they twist it.
And that's directly a result of people seeing a little something somewhere and getting word of mouth and getting online and putting that out there so that millions more people saw it. Then they couldn't ignore it anymore.
That's exactly right.
Yep. And you've got to plant those seeds at every opportunity.
Yeah.
So the toy drive, the those subtle opportunities, the niceties. That's also how you get your message out there that we do exist. We're putting up a fight.
We're not just raising hell. We're trying to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like the Black Panthers did. They scared the heck out of the government because they were providing free food to children that were going to school hungry. They were giving bags of food to hungry people. Mm-hmm. They were taking care of seniors, and they were patrolling their own neighborhoods.
Neighborhood patrols.
And it scared the heck out of the government. It resulted in a lot of people getting killed and hurt and put in prison.
Even here in Houston.
It also resulted in something we've come to accept as a way of life: affirmative action. Mm-hmm. That didn't exist before the Black Panthers created affirmative action. It was the government's answer to try to pull out all the best and brightest of the black community so that they didn't line up against them. They were afraid if their programs were more effective than government programs, people would go to community programs and ignore the government. Like I said, we can ignore them out of existence. It's going to be easier than trying to take them on in the streets. Mm-hmm. They are simply too powerful. So
excellent.
Michael Allen, in mass incarceration. All right, what time's the drive and where will you be?
1200 Baker Street, 4 to 6, Sunday. That's Christmas Eve, 4 to 6. We'll have piles of presents. I just hope we have enough kids for all the toys we got. Because we got a ton. We got a ton of them. Y'all come out.
And socks.
We got a lot of socks. So, but yeah, if y'all want to bring a gift out, try to limit it to about $20. Please. We had a bicycle and something else like an easy bake oven last year, and we thought, oh no, there's going to be a fight. But it went real smooth. But
and you don't want them wrapped either, do you? Because that way you can identify boy or girl, age group.
Right, yeah. Age appropriate and gender appropriate. Yeah.
We know gift wrapping is beautiful, it's wonderful, it's nice, but it makes it harder for the event.
Yeah, it's going to be and bring a hanky because this stuff will make you cry.
Wow.
I cry every year. You know, but. Anyway, so come on out. We really like to see you out there. There's not going to be much work to do. We've got an adolescent group that hands out the gifts. We've got their leader kind of keeps an eye on it. But it's important just for these kids, these little kids coming out, to see a large group of smiling, happy faces. And if you want to connect with somebody and help somebody, a family, and get a phone number, by all means, I encourage it. That's how we build community.
So if you've got somebody locked into county jail, Mike, can I say if they're a case of extreme poverty? Okay, if you've got somebody locked into county jail, this is your opportunity for your children to have Christmas gifts. You go up, just like you're going to visiting, and Santa will be out there.
Yeah, thank you, Hank. No, we don't. We're not just calling the general public out there because we end up with too many people. This is for the kids coming out there. We put the gifts right in their hands. We cut out the middleman.
I know there are a good number of programs out there that are working with people with extreme poverty and stuff. So I wanted to be sure and clarify that one way or the other.
Right.
Okay. Well, Michael Allen, thank you, man.
Thanks, Mike. We'll see you.
All right, so we're actually running just a hair ahead of schedule, and that means we can probably give Daniel an extra minute or two.
Muy bien.
But he's not allowed to use them, that's all.
So do you want me to talk now?
Yes.
Okay,
Go right ahead.
Okay, we don't have Dave.
No, wait, hold on. Oh, that's right. I've got it backwards here. Dave Atwood, who is on the line right there.
Yeah.
David, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay,
thanks,
there we go.
Man.
Now I can hear you.
One of the
And
most
thanks, Daniel, for reminding Hank.
Yeah, no, I got a big arm wave from Dave in the other room there.
I have here an empty spot on my notebook to take notes from you. So
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
Well, it's good to be here, and again, want to give Christmas greetings to all the guys on death row that are listening in tonight. I did send a bunch of cards out. I don't know if they're there yet, but hopefully they will get there eventually. And I wanted tonight to talk about a young man that I knew real well on death row for many years. I visited him for about 8 years before he was executed. A young man named Dominique Green. And Dominique was, he ran away from home. He's a young African-American guy. He ran away from home when he was a young boy, ended up on the streets of Houston, got involved in a gang. They ended up robbing a guy named Andrew Lestrap, and Andrew was shot during the robbery and killed. 4 boys in the gang. The reason Dominique ran away from home is that his mother had a lot of mental problems. It threatened to kill him, and it was a bad home situation, so he ran away. Ended up on the street with this gang. The gang was composed of 4 boys, 3 African American, including Dominique, and 1 white boy. They got caught. The 1 white boy, I got very involved in this case and knowing, of course, Dominique on death row, but also the mom and dad, the attorneys, etc. During the proceedings, the 1 white boy in the gang never went to jail. 2 other black boys got pretty long prison sentences, but they've been out for a long time. And Dominique, who was the youngest of the group and the one that did not have good legal representation, he got the death penalty. Now, so I visited him for a long time in prison, and he was very angry at everything when I first started visiting him, but over time he mellowed out a lot. That's so that he first of all, he had to forgive his mother for the things that she had done, and I brought his mother up to death row a couple of times, and they had a wonderful reconciliation. And there were people from, not only myself, but people from outside the U.S., Italy in particular, came to visit him. And I saw Dominique basically change before my eyes. As time passed, we knew it was getting closer to the time when Dominique was going to get an execution date. And his attorney asked me to find the family of the victim, of Mr. Lestrap, which was not an easy task. But finally, I did track them down in South Houston and met the widow of the man who'd been murdered and her 2 sons, Andrew and Andre. And I didn't know what to expect. The reason that the attorney wanted me to visit them was because they wanted to see if they would speak out against the execution of Dominique. But you never know how people are going to react when they've been in this horrible situation. But the moment I met them, it was a family. I have to tell you, I basically fell in love with them. They, first of all, first words out of their mouth was, "We don't want to see Dominique executed." And we all held a press conference together that involved Archbishop Fiorenza in Houston. I think David Dow was there, Attorney Dow. We had a music concert. And then in both Andrew and Andre went up to visit Dominique on death row and had a reconciliation right there on death row, which was just a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. And actually, they protested his execution. When Dominique was executed, he was executed in 2004. Both Andrew and Andre went up to Huntsville and protested the execution of the man that had killed their father. They all forgave Dominique for what had happened, and we weren't even sure Dominique was the one that pulled the trigger, but he's the one that got blamed. And so this family, they literally blew my mind. Dominique blew my mind by seeing how he changed over time and how he had forgiven everybody, including his mother. He talked to the guys on death row about forgiveness. And one reason that Dominique changed so much was that he had written a book by Archbishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa called No Future Without Forgiveness. And it was about the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in South Africa after the time of apartheid. And Dominique, as the execution day was getting closer, asked if we might be able to get Tutu to come visit him on death row. And through his attorney and an author named Tom Cahill, who knew Tutu, Archbishop Tutu was contacted, and he actually came to Livingston and visited Dominique Green on death row, which was just, it blew our mind that this was even happening. But Tutu did this. And after visiting Dominique, he came out, and there were a lot of press there. We're going back now to 2004. And the first words out of his mouth was that Dominique Green was a beautiful advertisement for God. A beautiful advertisement for God. And so it was just, and actually Dominique was, like I said, executed October 26, 2004. Probably one of the most painful moments of not only my life, but the lives of a lot of people, including the family of the victim who had forgiven him. In fact, the wife, the widow of Andrew Lestrap, had actually written Governor Perry and asked to not have the execution, but she was ignored. And she was ignored by the district attorney at that time, and so the execution went forward. But I wanted to sort of end up this tonight by reading a couple of quotes by Archbishop Desmond Tutu, because he's a person, he's one of the few people that I really, really admire that's still alive. And but he was and is a wonderful person with a lot of wisdom. I wanted to first read this short saying on the whole subject of Ubuntu, which is an African term. And let me just read this, and please listen. This is Ubuntu, something that we all need to embrace, I believe. This is Archbishop Desmond Tutu talking. The first law of our being is that we are set in a delicate network of interdependence with our fellow human beings and with the rest of God's creation. In Africa, recognition of our interdependence is called Ubuntu. It is the essence of being human. It speaks of the fact that my humanity is caught up and inextricably bound up in yours. I'm a human being because I belong. It speaks about wholeness. It speaks about compassion. A person with Ubuntu is welcoming, hospitable, warm and generous, willing to share. Such people are open and available to all others. willing to be vulnerable, affirming to others, do not feel threatened that others are able to do good, for they have a proper self-assurance that comes from knowing that they belong to a greater whole. They know that they are diminished when others are humiliated, diminished when others are oppressed, diminished when others are treated as if they were less than who they are. The quality of Ubuntu gives people resilience, enabling them to survive and emerge still human despite all efforts to dehumanize them. According to Ubuntu, it is not a great good to be successful through being aggressively competitive and succeeding at the expense of others. In the end, our purpose is social and communal harmony and well-being. Ubuntu does not say, I think, therefore I am. It says rather, I am human because I belong. I participate, I share. Harmony, friendliness, community are great goods. Social harmony for us is the summum bonum, the greatest good. Anything that subverts that, undermines this sought-after good, is to be avoided like the plague. Anger, resentment, lust for revenge, even success through aggressive competitiveness are corrosive to this good. So I just wanted to, I don't know why, I just thought that that's a beautiful Christmas message, since we're in the Christmas season. And to...
what the whole story of Christ is about, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it right there. And a positive step forward in bringing about Ubuntu, I think, is abolishing the death penalty, because that's about the most opposite of Ubuntu that you could imagine. Mm-hmm. So we need to continue, as I've said many times before, continue our work to abolish the death penalty, to choose what's called restorative justice over retributive justice. Retributive justice is just interested in punishment. And the reality is that punishment does not solve our problems. And we have to be looking at how do we restore victims of crime, how do we restore the perpetrators of crime, and how do we restore the community to wholeness. And so that's what I wanted to share tonight as a message to everybody that's listening tonight, in particular the guys on death row. If any of you are really interested in wanting to get a copy of that, I can send it in sometime to you, no problem.
Just write it here at the show. It all
started, I started learning about this through, just to wrap it up, through my experience with Dominique Green on death row, forgiveness, and the forgiveness of that Lestrade family, the widow, the two sons. I maintain contact. The widow has passed away now, but I maintain contact with the two sons still. And they're just wonderful people. And they brought Desmond Tutu into my life in a very indirect way. So,
well, David, there's a card for you and the missus here. We've got to run, but there's a card for you. Merry Christmas to you and your family and friends as well.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas to everybody at the station.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. All right, now, Daniel, I just took off the couple of minutes I just gave you, so we're back where we started.
Vale. Aquí estamos. So, Mike, Mysterious. 3 minutes, 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Bueno, hombre, 5 minutos es muchísimo. Muy buenas noches a todos los que entienden español, a todos los que hablan español, a las familias latinoamericanas, hispanos. Bienvenidos a The Prison Show. Este es Daniel, que os saluda desde el KPFT 90.1 en The Montrose, Houston. Hoy hemos tenido aquí algo excepcional. ¿Sabéis qué ha pasado recién llegado? Pues que hemos tenido una boda, un casamiento, un matrimonio, llamarlo como queráis. Ha sido una ceremonia donde se ha consolidado las promesas que se han hecho dos personas cuando una de las dos estaba en la cárcel. Así que esto ha sido lo increíble que pasa en The Prison Show, aquí en esta habitación tan pequeñita con una media luna de mesa. Hemos tenido a Esther y Reed que se han prometido otra vez, se han dado las promesas después de haberse casado el 3 de marzo del 2016. Bueno, pues enhorabuena a esta pareja y enhorabuena también a muchas otras personas que están saliendo de la cárcel. Ojalá salgan ahora estos días antes de las Navidades. Para los que se quedan ahí, un mensaje a todas las familias, los familiares cercanos y lejanos. Si tenéis a alguien que está en la cárcel, que está ahí detrás de esos 4 muros, por favor, escribirlos. Este es el momento en el que hay que escribirlos, que darle mensajes de apoyo y de paz y de perdón. Mandar una carta, una postal, un mensaje cualquiera a vuestros familiares, porque los que están dentro os necesitan. Y de acuerdo, tal vez habréis regañado, seguramente no podéis explicar el dolor o la vergüenza o la rabia que se esconde en vuestras entrañas, ahí detrás del corazón, en la cabeza, lo que tenéis ahí metido. Es muy difícil explicarlo, pero por favor, pensarlo un momento más. Este es el momento, estos 3 días que quedan antes de Navidad, para que toméis un bolígrafo, un lápiz, un trozo de papel y escribir, volver a llamar, conectar con la gente que está dentro de la cárcel. Eso es lo que sería de verdad el espíritu navideño. Así que con la humilde percepción de la que tengo aquí dentro, por favor os pido que lo hagáis. Esta es la cosa más importante en estos días antes de Navidad. Que sepáis que el 24 de diciembre en 1200 Baker Street va a haber regalos para niños, así que los niños que tienen familia en la cárcel pueden pasar a esta dirección en 1200 Baker Street, que está muy cerca de la cárcel aquí en Downtown, en Houston, y va a haber regalitos para todos los niños de todas las edades. Así que cuando queráis ir ahí, y si no tenéis a nadie en la cárcel, pues podéis ir igualmente, porque podéis conocer a la gente verdadera, a las madres que van con los hijos, a los abuelos, que van a ver a gente que está en carne y huesos, ahí detrás de esa pared, donde no los podéis ver. Y podéis ir ahí, contactarlos, pedirle el número de teléfono, la dirección, tal vez ayudarlos si queréis. Y después, ¿qué pasa? El día 25 de diciembre, el día de Navidad, desde las 9 de la noche hasta medianoche vamos a tener 3 horas de calls in. Así que podéis llamar como siempre. Hank, is that right? It's from 9 to midnight, the Christmas day, so December 25th.
Monday night.
Monday night, that is when you may call at 713-526-5738. Os lo repito, 713-526-5738. Llamáis y podéis hablar con la gente que está ahí dentro. Os saludo con una parte, digamos así, más filosófica nos deja Dave Atwood, que nos habla de Ubuntu, que es esta sensación espiritual, física de los queridos colegas y hermanos de Sudáfrica que estaban intentando salir del apartheid. Y nos dice que Ubuntu, esta es la sensación de interdependencia entre los hombres y lo trascendental. Cuando un hombre es Ubuntu, se siente humillado cuando humillan a un hermano y se siente triste cuando alguien sufre una injusticia. Muy buenas noches, felices Navidades a todos, un abrazo muy fuerte de parte de Daniel, big hug to everybody and Happy Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Daniel, we appreciate you coming and doing this. He summarizes everything real well and makes a few announcements and on occasions has reports with it as well. So,
of course, we have plenty of reports. Remember that I really care about the overlap of immigration and prisons, and nowadays is larger and larger this gray area.
All right, we're ready with the break song.
Well, Santa, all I want for Christmas is my daddy out of prison and some toys. I just want a happy holiday like any other normal little boy. 'cause grandma's always crying, mama's screaming that she's wanting a divorce. So Santa, all I want for Christmas is my daddy out of prison and some toys.
All I want for Christmas is my daddy out of prison and a dog. 'Cause my last one died from sniffing around that powder we found hidden in the wall. He started foaming at the mouth, we were worried he was gonna kill us all. So Santa, all I want for Christmas is my daddy out of prison and a dog.
Now, are we doing anything?
We're basically gonna have you. I'm gonna shoot just you asking them the vows, and then
Amanda, we're just gonna film a little bit.
Because I didn't bring my vows. Are we doing it all over again?
no, just
No, okay.
Just for the camera
Can they,
stuff.
can
okay.
you
Yeah.
get her
Edit
up, so these guys can get in here? We're just gonna redo a little piece here.
Right.
We'll let you. You mean you can say it?
We're just redoing it.
Well, Jack, you can. Is there room for him in the corner, maybe?
Yeah.
Because we're broadcasting it live, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Okay. Oh, that'll work.
Yeah. So
where do I go?
Where you were before?
You were right here.
Oh, over here. I'm sorry.
Before you next time, wait that close.
Yeah, really, you're supposed to be about like this.
Like 2
Oh,
inches.
my bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are we staying
Let me
in
hear
again?
No, we're just like right.
No, just doing some shots here.
Okay, gotcha.
So I
Any particular directions?
I'm just gonna find
We need
you.
no
I hope I
microphone.
don't have red
so-
teeth now.
We're
How's
gonna,
it cooking?
it's gonna be like if
No.
we're
Do
talking.
we need a
to the-
microphone from here or no?
No, I think.
Just put it between you, so it looks
Okay.
like y'all both talking into it. How about that?
What was it? What was it before?
Each had a
They
mic.
each had a mic.
Okay, here.
Okay, there you go.
And we're really just getting the picture.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this one blocking you? Or
Yeah.
gotta go low?
Yeah.
We can do that.
How long you been married for?
We've been married for about. Actually, we've been married 1 year, 7 months, 19 days, 85 weeks, 598 days, 14,353 hours, and a lot of minutes.
I broke it down for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, whenever y'all are ready, we're mostly trying to get you because we got them.
Okay.
We have 1 minute, I think.
I don't know what you want me to do.
Nothing.
Just redo the same ceremony.
She won't be able to do the whole thing, I think. Maybe
No,
just
there won't be time. We're about to come out of break.
Okay, well, just the very last part.
The very last
the
part?
last sentence, yeah.
Okay. I hereby pronounce you, Esmer and Reed, as still being happily married. Your vows have been renewed, and may your marriage move forward and become stronger than you ever imagined. Reed, you may seal the renewal of your vows with a kiss.
Thank you. And I think Hank's back on the air. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was perfect. Thanks for.
I'm glad I thought to bring my stuff.
I know, right?
We actually have a few seconds left. I didn't know we had two of them.
I'll get your contact information.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. Hank, when you get back on the air, will you do like a sentence of introduction?
For y'all?
Yeah, like we're back on with calls. Do
We're,
something like that.
like what?
Like whatever. I don't know if you say something usually. We're.
Well, usually I say KPFT Houston, and we go to the calls.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
You know
so
that.
can you do what you're gonna? Can you do what you were gonna do anyway?
Yeah. That I can do. That's usually my forte.
30 seconds.
Got it.
Gotcha.
Oh, we can give you a pretty good one.
Come behind.
Cut that music crap off. You don't have to play all that. KPFT Houston. This is Hank, and I'm here with Solomon, who's co-hosting with me.
Howdy, howdy.
And we've got the film crew in from France and the U.S., kind of a blended thing going on here. We're live right now on Facebook Live, and we're about to go to the calls. Billy from the UK calling for the Polinsky unit.
All right, nice one, guys. Cheers, mate. Ho, ho, ho. What's going on there, Big Show? Yes, mate. Got through. Just a quick note to let you know, lock in on Christmas. I'll try and get through again on that day. I need you to get with me on a few things. I sent a JPay with different dates of when I'm going to be coming over. So I need you to get with me and let me know what you're thinking about them. Which obviously said that Peter's going to be coming, and I don't want to double balance the visit. Not unless you want to link up with me and him coming together and have a special visit that way, if he gets a special visit. So get with me on that. The mail has just been absolutely way behind, man. It's literally, I've had one mail all this week, but that's because obviously like, the Christmas holidays is all jacked up and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope that you're doing good. I'm doing cool. Got a new Skype account, as you can hear. There's no more chickens and turkey necking and all that. Mum's doing good. She went to bed about 2:30. We lost track of time, to be honest with her. We were sitting there watching comedy shows. So that's all cool. I'm doing good. Saving up some money. Love you like 9,000. Hope that you're doing cool. What else was there? Yeah, I need you to let me know about this volume book thing. I've asked you in the last week. Like I said, I didn't get anything back this time. So what volume is it that you want? And what do you want me to order from Amazon for Christmas? Is there any books? Or do you just want me to put extra money on the books so you can buy a new pair of them wire fronts what you wear? I'm only kidding, mate. So yeah, let me know what you want for Christmas. And obviously I can hook that up. With the artwork, you said about sending it over to the UK. Don't do that. I'll give you an address somewhere in on Alaska. I've got a person on Alaska. You know who it is already. I'll give you her address and you can send it to there, and I'll get it when I come over. So that's all cool. What else was there to say? Not really much else has been popping over here. I'm still doing my shaving and whatnot. I've got a nice big slit across the top of my lip. I tried to use a shaving wedge and it didn't quite go according to plan. So yeah, I've got a scabby lip. Not cool. Anyway, get one of them root beers out. Quick snap. I'm gonna make it quick. Like I said, lock in on Christmas Day, and I'll try and get back through then. Love you like 9,000, and on Christmas, Mum's going to give you a shout out, so that's a little something to look forward to, yeah? Keep your head up, roll safe, and remember, it's all about our Big Show. All right? Love you like 9,000, and I'll speak to you on Christmas Day with a bit of luck. Cheers, guys, and awesome for the show, and keep on doing it. We need it in 2018, so nice one, yeah?
Hey, half of us down here in Texas shave with our buck knives.
Or you not at all.
Or our buck knives.
Oh, come on, Hank, man. We all know that you get the grinder out, bro. Flipping sparks left, right, and center and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw your picture on Facebook, man.
Man, trust me, that picture's heavy, don't you think, with my bald head? Don't you think I look like one of them ogre people or Shrek?
Well, yeah, all right. Well, I can go some of that, and I don't know. You're not green, so...
Well, I don't know about being green, man. The weather's pretty cold over here. It's turning me green, I'll tell you that.
All right, well, we got to run. Thank you for calling. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah. Well, Christmas Day, yeah?
Oh, Christmas Day. That's right. Yeah, exactly. 9 to midnight.
Where are you going next week? Go with the program, son.
Yeah, you're right about that.
All righty.
Hannah from the UK calling for the Polensky unit. That's 2 UKs in a row.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Merry Christmas. My message is for Mr. Philo. Sending you a Merry Christmas all the way from the UK, from me to you. Hope that everything's going good, and I can't wait to come visit you again in the end of March. Keep smiling. Thanks, guys, for letting me say my message.
Awesome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
We got wait a minute. Tiffany from Colorado calling for the Polensky unit.
Hi, this is Tiffany calling for Rodney Reed at the Polensky. Hey, Rodney, happy birthday. Hope you're having a great day. It was so wonderful visiting you last Saturday, and I hope your week has gone well, and I hope you've had a really good birthday, as good as you can, while at Polensky. But I talked to your mom yesterday, and she said to tell you hello, and she loves you, and she's so grateful that she's your mother. Oh, and my dog's barking. And she's so grateful that you were born. That's Lila Grace. And anyway, that's all. I just wanted to call and say hi. We're outside of Durango in the San Juan Mountains, and it's just beautiful. And I'll send you some pictures when I get back home. And I hope you've had a really happy birthday, Rodney. Sending you lots of love and happy birthday wishes. And everybody in the studio, thank you so much. And Rodney, I'll call you on Monday during the Christmas show, Monday night that KPFT is doing. So thank you guys for doing this, and Merry Christmas, everybody, and happy birthday, Rodney.
Merry Christmas, Tiffany. Send us pictures on the Facebook page as well, and happy birthday,
Okay.
Rodney.
I sure will.
All right.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Rodney. Bye.
Good night. Sarah from Norway calling for the Polensky unit.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm like $1 million every day.
Okay, that's great. Hey, Arrow, here's your Nordic chick. I just wanted to say I love you and tell you a Christmas story written by David Stratman. Once upon a time there was a man who worked very hard just to keep food on the table for his family. This particular year, a few days before Christmas, he punished his little 5-year-old girl after learning that she had used up the family's only roll of expensive gold wrapping paper. As money was tight, he became even more upset when on Christmas Eve he saw that the child had used all of the expensive gold paper to decorate one shoebox she had put under the Christmas tree. He also was concerned about where she had gotten money to buy what was in the shoebox. Nevertheless, the next morning the little girl, filled with excitement, brought this gift box to her father and said, "This is for you, Daddy." As she opened the box, the father was embarrassed by his earlier overreaction, now regretting how he had punished her. But when he opened the shoebox, he found it was empty, and again his anger flared. "Don't you know, young lady," he said harshly, "when you give someone a present, there's supposed to be something inside the package." The little girl looked up at him with sad tears rolling from her eyes and whispered, "Daddy, it's not empty. I blew kisses into it until it was all full." The father was crushed. He fell on his knees and put his arms around his precious little girl. He begged her to forgive him for his unnecessary anger. An accident took the life of the child only a short time later. It is told that the father kept this little gold box by his bed for all the years of his life. Whenever he was discouraged or faced difficult problems, he would open the box, take out an imaginary gift, and remember the love of his beautiful child who had put it there. In a very real sense, each of us has given an invisible golden box filled with unconditional love and kisses from our children, family and friends. There is no more precious possession anyone could hold. I wish you a very good Christmas, Arrow, and blow you 1,000 Nordic kisses. Do know that I love you. Your Char, always. Bye.
Beautiful.
Good night.
Oh, okay, good night.
Okay, we've got Diane from Houston. How you doing?
Hello, how you doing? Merry Christmas.
I'm doing real good.
Thank you. Okay, I want to say hello to my big brother Ernest Carlton. I want him to know, everybody say Merry Christmas, and want to say she'll be riding down with me next weekend. I can't make it this weekend, but I did get the car fixed to get down there. And if I can encourage him and anyone else that's listening that may have their heads hung down or eyes kind of low this season, I want them to keep their eyes on the prize, and I think they should do what they should do to, to complete what they need to do in there to make their way on home. Someone worry about their babies or their loved ones, because God has His angels planted everywhere out here. They are passing out clothes and shoes and toys by the tons. They just keep yourself focused on completing what you need to do to make it home. And real quick, I keep this reminder here on my desk. It said the real reason for the season. Once in a stable held something in it bigger than the whole world. God sent His Son. They called Him Jesus. Jesus, the redemption, and hope for us all. That's enough to keep your head up and your eyes on the prize right there. So Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for that.
All right.
Hey, Bella, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Well,
And
Merry
you?
Christmas to you and yours.
Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to all of y'all.
Thank you.
Happy Christmas, Jedediah. I know it's early, but I hope you have a Merry Christmas. And I just want to call in and tell you I love you. And things are some better tonight. The suit with Johnny is finally over. We had mediation today, and I didn't go, but the oldest two did, and they reached an agreement right before 5 o'clock. It was in my favor, so that was good. But getting deposed on Monday wasn't easy, but I didn't let it show, so it's really weighed on me this week. But everything will be okay. And our little one had her friends over last night for a secret Santa party, and all of that went good, and they had lots of fun. So I think we have all our presents wrapped now for Christmas, so I think we have everything done. And hopefully nothing to come up at the last minute. So, well, baby, you take care and stay safe for me, and I'll see you really, really soon. And have a Merry Christmas. I love you, Jedediah. Night, and sweet dreams. Thank you, Hank.
You're very welcome. Merry Christmas again.
Care. Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Hi, Janie. You calling from Houston to Polunsky, right?
Yes, ma'am. This message is going out for Jeremy. Just wanted to tell you that I got a couple of letters for you today. I got about 3 of them today, so I'm at work right now, so I can't talk too long. Just wanted to tell you that I'm okay, and also that I did read your letters and your explanation and all that, but, we'll talk more about it, but that's not acceptable anyway, and all this, so this better not happen again. But other than that, I'm okay. Just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.
Awesome. Merry Christmas, Janie.
Bye.
Is that Teresa in Cuero? I had to push that button because I'm hunting in Cuero next weekend.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Go ahead.
Merry Christmas. And Merry Christmas to all everybody out there listening, and all the inmates that are not with their families. I know their hearts are still with you. I'd like to give a big shout out to my amazing, wonderful husband, Michael Christopher Wade, at the Hot Tower unit. I'm sorry that the medical there is not taking care of your back. They're going to wait until after New Year's to even see you, even though it's in your medical records. But I want you to know you're still in my prayers, and I pray for the people that are not taking care of you and the other people in there like they should. I hope that God softens their heart. Me and your mom will be down next weekend for your birthday. Happy birthday early. Merry Christmas. And all of that. I'm just know you're in my every thought and every prayer. And I love you very much. And I'm not going to talk long because, I had mouth surgery today and my mouth is a little swollen. But I just want you to know that I love you with everything that I am. Bye.
That's beautiful. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Let's see. We've got Lydia from McAllen calling into Polunsky.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. Just calling here to keep you posted. Since you were JP on Thursday, and Tia Patty is on her way back with Brandon. I just texted her to see where she's at, but she hasn't replied. She should be in any minute now, unless she just went straight on into Tina so the kids could play. But she's on her way back, okay? And I received all the beautiful cards from the guys. You know who you are. Thank you very much. I really am blessed to have you all think about me too, okay? And I also received, Nico, I received the hanging ornaments that you sent me. It's real pretty. I'll send you a picture. And I also received the lollipops. So I have those too. And I received your letter that says what goes where. And I will take care of getting something for Roxanne and some frozen stuff. Okay? So don't worry about that. I'll take care of that. Okay? And I love you and I miss you. And you take care of yourself, Poppy. Keep warm where we were 81 degrees today.
Oh, wow.
So yesterday, the last 2 days have been beautiful weather, just really, really pretty. But I think there's a cold front coming in Sunday, from what I heard.
Yeah, it should be there later tonight.
Later tonight?
I believe so.
But we were 81 today, so it's a pretty day. And I know they're going to have the show on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll holler back on Monday, Mijo. I love you and I miss you. Like I said, Tia Patty's on her way back. Okay? I love you, Papi. You take care of yourself. Okay? And good night, and you all have a Merry Christmas, and my saludos to all the guys, to Joey, to Rod, Thomas, all you guys. You know who you are, Big Lou, Rudy, Jeff, and Blaine, and Eric, and no, I'm forgetting some, but you know who you are. Okay, Walter. I know Walter. And take care of yourselves, and have a Merry Christmas. Okay, good night.
Good night,
Thanks
Lydia.
very much. You all have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thanks.
Good
That's
night.
beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Looks like we've got Georgina. Georgina calling in from the UK to Polunsky.
Everybody
right?
try and keep it to 2 minutes, please.
Please. Georgina, hi.
Hello. Hi, how are you?
Great.
Good, good. Right, this is a shout-out for William Urban in the Polunsky unit. Hi, Will. I was going to do a big, Christmas shout-out and everything. And now, from what I'm hearing, there's actually a show on Christmas Day, so I'll be phoning on Christmas Day. So I need to get the details about that. But
9 to midnight our time, Monday night.
What?
9 to midnight our time.
Our time.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Right. What was I saying? You've thrown me now. Yeah, I'm thinking about the mail. I haven't had any mail. The last thing I had was the Christmas card. So it's like all letters have stopped. So I just hope that is the volume of mail coming over, that it's just held up and that you're not, giving up on me. I'm sure you haven't anyway, but thinking of you loads, love you loads, and miss you loads as well. Stuff that's coming up. I'm volunteering tomorrow for the Rotary Club, which is like a charitable, I don't know if you have the Rotary Club over there, but
we do.
Over here we have all the universities open up their parking for Christmas shoppers, and the Rotary Club run sort of cheap parking, but all the money goes to charity, so I'm helping them with that in the build-up to Christmas, so that'll be fun tomorrow. I'll be wearing a high-vis jacket and, taking money off people, so one of my favourite pastimes. What else? I'm going over to Nadia's on Christmas Eve with Thomas. Nadia's my new neighbour, which is really nice, so we're getting to know each other, and she's invited Thomas and I over on Christmas Eve for dinner, which will be brilliant. Josh is in Newcastle. Henry and Abby will be spending Christmas at her parents' house with the grandchildren. So it's going to be real quiet here. So I'll be looking forward to phoning you on Christmas Day, but it won't be Christmas Day. It'll be Boxing Day for us. But I'll still be thinking of you throughout Christmas Day, and just sending you lots of love, and hang in there, love you loads. And I'm hoping that I'm going to get more mail soon. All right, lovely. And the paintings haven't arrived. So I don't know what's happening with that either. Post is really rubbish sometimes, isn't it? Anyway, I love you loads. I better go so that everyone else can do their shout-outs. But Merry Christmas to you guys at the station, anyone that won't be there on Christmas Day. And thanks for what you do. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Thanks, Georgina. Bye.
All right.
Next we've got, is this Alicia from Teague?
Yeah, but we need to be sure everybody holds it to 2 minutes.
Hi, Alicia.
Hi, guys. Hi, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. This message is for my brother, DJ. I just wanted to tell you I love you and I miss you, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas. I'm going to be mailing your Christmas card out to you tomorrow, so it's going to be a little late. I love you, I miss you. Demon says hi, and I will hopefully see you soon. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
You're very welcome.
All right, who do we have
Hey,
now?
Clarence.
What's up, Hank?
Oh, not too much, man. How you doing?
I'm blessed, and I've been sitting there playing spades with my two baby kids and my first cousin. Trying to see what's going on, and they see me.
Are they beating you, or are you beating them?
I think we beating them, but they saying we're cheating on them. I don't understand.
That's spades.
Yeah, we've been barbecuing all day today, so getting ready to have pretty good holidays. I had to call my boys and tell my boys hello and see how they doing. Hello?
You're on.
I am Clarence Brown, Johnny San Antonio Barnes, Corey, Polo, O'King, Spriggs. Hope y'all brothers doing all right, man. Know that I got y'all in my prayers, man. Still thinking about you, brother. Doing the best I can out here while I can. And I ain't forgot you, brother. Well, Hank, tell old Ray, happy holidays. Mysterious Mike, too. You and y'all at the station have a wonderful holiday, man.
You too.
You too, Clarence. We're going to keep you in our prayers.
I appreciate it.
Hey, we're doing the show 9 to midnight Monday night, so you can call in and shout out again.
Monday night?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, dope.
All right. We look forward to hearing from you.
All right. Catch you later.
All right. Good night.
Who's this? Melanie from Paris, Texas?
Melody, yeah.
Melody calling into the Ferguson unit. Hi, Melody.
Hi, how are you guys tonight?
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I hope you guys are staying warm. I want to do a shout out to my husband at the camp, Joshua. I love you, babe. I miss you more than anything in this world. Holidays are tough on us, inside there and outside here. But I just want you to know that everything's okay. I'm down for you 150%. Not a day goes by in my mind that I don't think that you're going to get out when you do get out and mess up and go back, because I'm not going to let you. But I wanted to tell you that I love you, and again, I miss you. To the moon and back forever. Merry Christmas to you and to your buddies there that don't have family or friends. I love you, and I look forward to our talk when you call me Christmas Eve. I love you. Have a great night, babe. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Melody.
Have a blessed night.
You too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry.
All right. Is that Joanne from San Antonio calling into Polunsky?
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Great. How are you?
Okay. This one's for Joseph Christopher. I just wanted to let you know that I'll be there. I went to dinner tonight with the girls, so we had a good time. I spoke to Carmen. She's okay, but I'll talk to you about that at visit. I love you, and I hope you're doing okay. I have a surprise for you tomorrow. Just say hello to all the guys for me. And I have another shout-out for Terry. Hello?
We're here. We're here.
Oh, okay. I keep hearing the background. I have a shout-out to Terry Woodward there at Polunsky from Karen from New Zealand. She just says hello and that she will be sending you a JPay after Christmas. So, good night, Joseph. I love you, and I miss you, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All righty. We've got an international call. Jody.
No.
Oh, sorry. Where are we doing?
Donna.
Donna from New Jersey calling into Polunsky. Hi, Donna.
Hey. Yes, I'm not international. I'm just across the way. Hey, Salon, it's me. I don't have too much to say, but of course I wanted to say hi and that I love you and that you know you're still a man and all that good stuff. But I got your letters today, 2 of them, and you must have bumped your head with this thing that you typed out here. You know I have some words for you regarding that, but I'm going to send it back to you. But wow, you really went all out. You just really just believe you. Anyway, and your daughter, you should know by now that she's well. She's home and, you know, everything's good. I think I updated you on that, but the mail is slow, so I don't know if you're getting JPs at a faster pace or whatever. But everything is pretty good around here. Actually, everything is really good. I noticed that right now the moon is in Aquarius, so that's like my moon where it was when I hit this rock. And then on the 1st is the full moon in Cancer. It gets full at about like 10 minutes to 8 p.m. your time. So that's going to be fun. So I don't really feel bad that I'm in such a good mood. Other people are kind of down or whatever. But, I mean, I have my down times, but this ain't one of them. So hopefully you're feeling just as good as I am. And, you know, just remember, other people's short-sightedness bears no effect on your vision, and other people's opinions bear no effect on your reality. So just remember that when things get really annoying. But I will talk to you later, and you should have gotten a big envelope, and there's another one coming as well. So, and the paper, everything should be straight with the paper. All right, so I'll talk to you later, and I love you, and have a good weekend. Bye. Good night, y'all.
All right, thank you.
All right, good night. Okay, I need everybody to hold it to 2 minutes. Watch your clock at home. That part of the responsibility is yours. We're here taking the calls. Please, just so we can get as many calls as possible on, hold it to 2 minutes. Let me see.
Jody? Australia, Jody, calling into Polunsky.
Yeah, hi. I'm just ringing to wish Rodney Reed a happy 50th birthday.
Excellent.
And just let him know that we're thinking of him. Okay? I won't take up the time. I know that there's a lot of people that want to call, but I just wanted to let him know that we're thinking of him.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jody.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye. All right, so we've got Mary out of Houston calling into Polunsky.
Mary?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I hear the background noise. I'm sorry.
You're on.
Yes, I would. First, I would like to say I really enjoyed the show tonight. This is my first time, and I would like to give a shout out to my husband, Ricky Justice, in the Polunsky unit, and to let him know that I love him and I miss him, and I hope to see him this weekend. And I also like to give a shout out to Dee Dee and David Collingsworth.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're both here listening.
Yes, and I hope to visit you guys at the show.
Well, come on.
All right, thank you, and you guys have a good night and be safe.
You too. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, Philip out of Dallas calling into Polunsky. Hi, Philip.
Hi, how are you all tonight?
We're awesome.
Hey, Hank.
How you doing?
Good. I'm going to try to hold it down. Look out. This is for Dan the Man, my number one and only. I'm a bit concerned, darling. I didn't get a letter from you this week yet. It could be the overload of the Christmas rush. You should have received at least one of the 3 cards with a letter that I sent to you. I hope you have. Continue to call that number. I've left 5 voicemails now for you. Just know that I'm thinking of you. I need you. Merry Christmas to you. My heart goes out to you. You don't need to be there. You need to be home with me. And Merry Christmas. And I love you. I love you. I love you. Sweet dreams, and meet your dream tonight, please. And just know I'm down for you. And I love you with all my heart. And remember this, and don't feel bad. Half the people you know are below average, and no one has any power over you except what you choose to give them. And this little nugget, only those who do not expect anything are never disappointed. Night, Daniel Wayne. I love you, my darling. Thank you all. This is for David Collinsworth, Uncle Ray, Linda, Lady Di, and all of you at the show. Mystery Mike, all of you. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you all. Good night.
Good night. Hey, Merry Christmas, Miss Nancy.
Hello?
You're on.
Oh, good. Thank you. Hello, Dan. This is Mama, and I love you with all my heart. Sherry and you and myself had such a good visit, and I haven't gotten any mail from you since I got my pretty Christmas card with the picture of the red bird enclosed. And I keep it right here in front of me on the kitchen table so I can look at it all the time. And I saw Brendan today in Walmart, and I told him that you asked about him, and you could tell that made him so happy. And I told him, that you loved him, and he said, well, he loves you too. And we just had a good visit there in Walmart, talking for a little while, and everybody is doing okay as far as I know. Actually, I haven't talked to both Brendan and Sherry, but I guess I hope I get a letter from you tomorrow. I think I will. And I mailed you a letter today, and I will mail you another one tomorrow. And I'll say good night from now. I love you with all my heart. Keep me in your prayers. I know you do, and you're in my prayers. And I will talk to you on the shout out for KPFT later on this week. And now I love you and good night. And listen, thank y'all, everybody on KPFT. Thank you so much. And y'all have a good Christmas and a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Brianne out of Toronto. You calling into Polunsky?
I am calling in for Polunsky. And hi, Romero. It's Brianne. I'm freaking out because I thought someone else was going ahead of me. But you have a very special person coming on right after me to do a shout out to you. But first, I will say hello. And this is the one time of year I drink 2 glasses of wine because it was the mama's Christmas party. So, well, all the husbands get to go off and have their work Christmas parties. I had my mama's Christmas party, which is super fun. And the one time of year I drink 2 glasses of wine. Awesome. But I hope that you are well and that you got my JPay and sorry?
You're on still.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry. And all is well. Isaiah told me today he was going to run away, and I said, that's fine. You go ahead and run away, except there was a snowstorm last night, and he couldn't get more than a quarter of a block, so that stopped pretty quickly. But I'm going to get off the phone so that the other person who's called to do a shout-out to you can get on the line, and we'll send another JPay to you later. And hey, Hank.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well, and I'll be calling on Christmas Day as well. Perfect. Okay, have a great night.
All right, we're going to put you back on hold.
Sure.
Okay, and now we're going to Cheyenne from Schertz, Texas, calling for the Polunsky unit.
Hello.
How you doing?
I am good, and you?
Well, I'm like $1 million every day, but people get tired of hearing me say it every day.
Must be true. Great.
It really is.
I'm calling in for Romero. We just recently got into contact. This is my biological father, so I've been very grateful for this. I just wanted to call in. I did try to call in last week, but it didn't go through, so I finally got through, and I just wanted to let you know that we made it to Virginia. We are done a lot of Christmas shopping, actually. I did get your book, but I did hear that it has to come straight from the source, so I'm going to have to reorder it. So that's going to come in a little bit later. And then as well, Mateo had his 21st birthday the other day, and it was hilarious. He ended up throwing up, and I took him all night long. But I have to message you that to the JPay, as well as my friend Tay, who's watching the dogs at home right now, tell me I got a letter from you from today. So as soon as I get home, that's going to be the first thing I look at. And then I will go ahead and call on Christmas Day as well. So I'm going to cut this short just because we are a little busy here. But I just want to let you know that I'm going to do my best to call in on Christmas Day. So.
All right.
So that's it.
Really beautiful.
Well, that's a good thing. I'm glad that you got through, and I'm glad that you got reunited. That's great.
Yes, me too.
All right. Well, we need more stories like that. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a great night.
You too. All right, Judy out of Florida. Hi.
Good evening. I am calling for Rodney Reed. Happy 50th birthday, Rodney. Mom and I have something for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Rodney. Happy birthday to you. All right. Happy 50th. I am super glad that I got through. And I'm going to sit here. I nailed him card number 18. Stanley passed along all the messages. Super happy he got my hug. Won't send anything until I hear from him. She is home safe, but passed out sleeping. She's exhausted, so she won't be shouting out. Mary Beth and Julie are trying to get through. And Tiffany forgot to tell you she was visited by a hawk today. She messaged me and told me that the hawk was falling all around. So that is Caitlin for sure. I told her Caitlin is happy with her, or she's stalking. I don't know which one. But she said, no, Caitlin's telling me that it's Rodney's 50th birthday today. So Caitlin is letting us know she's wishing you a happy birthday, too. I will talk to you soon. Wish you more than you can imagine. I love you. Stay strong. Keep it safe. Continue to hope and dream while doing your life and well. Thinking and praying for you. 560-66. Sending the house to function to sweet, sweet dreams. Happy birthday, Rodney. Thanks, guys. Talk to you on Monday.
All right. Thanks.
Night.
Good night. Good night. Linda, hi. My first time talking to you. Linda out of Minnesota calling into the WIN unit.
Yes, hi. I'm glad I got on again. I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. And I did get cut off earlier, so I'm glad I got back on again.
That was probably me.
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah, well,
but
that's why
okay,
that
you're
works.
Forgiven. I do want to say hello to my friends back in the WIN unit.
You're on.
Oh, okay. I want to say hello to Papa Rodriguez, and Bullet, and Willie, and Rooster, and Miller L, and Madden, and you guys in AA, and my friend Bruce. Bruce, I did get your Christmas card that you made. I just loved it. Every time I look at it, I see something that I didn't see the time before, and it's really, really nice. And I thank you for making it for me. So God bless you for sending me all the cards that you draw, and they're very, very nice, and I do appreciate them. So Merry Christmas to you all, and God bless you. I do pray for you guys every night, and I do hope that you're all doing well. So you take care, and I hope I get on again next week to say hello to you again. And I do think of you, and you just take care. And I do hope that you have a good Christmas dinner, and I'll be thinking of you. So bye now, and hopefully we'll talk next week. So did I hear you guys are going to have the show open on Christmas Day?
Yeah, Christmas night, 9 to midnight.
9 to midnight. Okay. I'll try to get on then. So good night, you guys, and have a good weekend.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, everybody. This is Mysterious Mike on the Historic Prison Show. I'd like to do some shout-outs to Yovan and Spring Branch, the guys at Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen, Jamie Cuppett, Dennis Hope, Stephen Russell, Philip in Dallas, Kay Money in Houston, Philip Perez in Houston. Carla Riviere wants me to do a shout-out to Alex Molina at the Telford unit, Bonton Mickey in Houston. Rita Estrada Tasha wants me to do a shout-out to Rita Estrada and Payday. Michael Marino, Manuel Marino at the Easton Estelle unit. DJ Doc, DJ Matt, DJ Thomas, DJ Oz. For a special shout-out to Frank Klepper at the Gore unit. Jive and Jimmy Haas. Danger, Lucky. Like to do a shout-out to Michelle Bateman in Houston. Michael S. Garcia at the Ferguson unit. Juan F. Carlos Esparza at the Stringfellow unit. F. Bernard at the Darrington unit. Howard S. Pruitt at the Polunsky unit. Jose Herrera. Edward Ruiz at the Carol Vance unit. Barry Barrett at the Gorey unit. Also like to do some more shout-outs here to John R. Green at the Terrell unit. Thomas Ramirez at the Polunsky unit. Abel R. Ocheo at the Polunsky unit, Edward Darrell Harmon at the Polunsky unit, Robert L. Allen at the Darrington unit, Mark Holloway at the Luther unit, Wayman Spriggs at the Polunsky unit, K.D. Keble at the Polunsky unit, Adam Wilkerson at the Luther unit, Robert Satillo at the Wynn unit. Special shout out to Clarence Lee Bowman, Bill R. Sims at the Wynn unit, Christopher Dye at the Darrington unit. And also I sent out a bunch of Christmas cards to you guys out there. Hopefully you'll get them before Christmas or at least before New Year's. And I'd like to do a shout out to Ty Burns. And you can continue to write me, 419 Lovett Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77006, to the Prison Show at KPFT. Now back to Hank on the Prison Show.
Hey, Mike, you reckon those guys know what unit they're on?
I sure do, but I just like saying that.
Okay.
It makes things mysterious.
Well, there's a mystery to it, all right. At any rate, we've got some other folks in here that want to do a quick shout-out.
Hi, it's Joanne again. I wanted to shout out to Dale Burkett. I don't remember what unit he's on, but he's out in Tennessee Colony. I received your letter, your Christmas card to the birthday group, and really appreciate it. You kind of slapped me in the face a little bit and woke me up, and we're fixing to get started back on the birthday group, hot and heavy. And thank you for that. Merry Christmas to you, Dale, and I hope you have a very happy one. I also want to shout out to my son, Floyd Hall at the Ramsey unit, and there's someone else here that's special that wants to say hello to him as well. Hi, Floyd, we love you.
Hi, Floyd, it's your Aunt Molly. Love you.
Merry Christmas, baby. We'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Want to thank y'all for coming in again. All right. Let's see. We're going to line one here. Melissa from Brownsville calling for the Polunsky unit.
Hi, John. This is Melly. Hope you had a great week. Estamos hablando para saludarte, desearte un Merry Christmas, decirte que te queremos, y te paso de aquí para que te saludes. Hey, John, it's Becky. Hope you're doing good. I haven't heard from you, so hope you're doing good and in the best of spirits. No has podido ir. Ya te diré las razones de ir por un JP, pero espero que tengas una feliz Navidad y que te lo pases muy bonito y te queremos mucho. We're on our way to go buy the kids some gifts for Christmas, pero because we couldn't find them earlier, it was really packed, so ya sabes. So we're on our way. We're with Andy and Bella. They're here in the car. Pero te mandamos muchos saludos, Gerardito, y Lacey, y Yared, y Caleb. Y te van a mandar una Christmas card, okay? So I hope you have a good day, and we love you, and Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. Maria from New York calling into Polunsky.
Good night. I'm glad I got through.
Oh, yes.
So this one goes to Anam Gara. I hope you're well AF in the post-solstice wife. Everything's good here. I'm going to be sending you some glimpses from Rupal's pilgrimage, and was also talking to Pavi today, who was sending a lot of love from herself, John, and from Pancho. Pancho is right now sitting 10-day retreat, so send him some good vibes. Thanks for all the stylish Christmas cards. They're going to be in our stock as well, as you know. And I guess my vibe for this weekend is going to be for us to stay woke to our gifts and to let go of that which no longer serves us. So you should be also receiving the Dharma Keeper next week. And tomorrow morning I'll be sitting 8 to 9 your time. I'll be folding the kami afterwards and writing some new ones. So see you there. Good night to everyone. One love.
Good night. One love. Awesome. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Hank.
Got early from Mission, and that will be the last call of the evening, I believe.
Awesome.
Hi there. How are you all doing?
We're awesome.
We're
How
great.
are you?
Great. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you all.
You too. You too.
Hank, Linda wants to do a shout-out, and then I'd like to do a special shout-out before the show ends, okay? Just one.
Okay, hi. Hi, mijo. This is Sierra Early. Hoping you're doing well. Thinking about you and lifting you up in prayer. I hope to see you before the year. I know your mom's coming up. I just talked to her a while ago, and I told her that Edward should be coming down from Chicago. He was in Spain before Thanksgiving, and right after Thanksgiving, he left to Japan. He's doing well. He's trying to get something with the Olympics. So hopefully that contract will go through for him. He seems to be doing well, and all of us here, we're doing great. I know that the show's going to be open on the 25th, so we'll be calling you to wishing you a Merry Christmas, and I love you, and keep up your smile, mijo. Here's Theo.
Yeah, Beto, hope you're doing good. Bueno, de salud y todo. Aquí andamos en la casa haciendo que hacer, pintando cuartos, y ya ando como viejito de 80 años. Todo adolorido. Está bueno, have a Merry Christmas, y aquí está Alex.
Hey Beto, it's Alex. I was like, just sending you a big hug and a kiss. I was like, we love you. I was like, keep up your high spirits right now. I was like, here's Leila también too.
Hi, Beto. We love you. We miss you. I'm hoping to go and see you soon. I really do. My dad was just up in Houston. I'll talk to you later, primo. I love you.
Hey, Beto, it's me, Frank. I just got back from MD Anderson Venture Center. I just had a procedure done, and it was pretty painful. I got about an 8-inch needle stuck into my abdomen while they moved it around in there, but they injected me with steroids, and now I'm pretty good, and everything should be all right. I feel pretty good. Pain's gone. My girlfriend took me up there. I'll have your mom send pictures, and I love you. So take care of yourself, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
Bueno, Beto, pues los vemos entonces. Dios te acompañe, y we'll see hasta la otra. Thank you, sir.
All right, y'all have a great weekend. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
And y'all can call Monday night, 9 to midnight.
All right, we sure will.
All righty.
Thank you.
Excellent. What we got going on?
Miss Linda wants to make a shout-out.
Okay. Hi, guys. Colton, your wife loves you. She went to bed early tonight, but she'll see you Sunday. And I want to tell, at the Darrington unit, Antonio De La Paz Jr., hello, and happy 24th birthday on Christmas Day. And Mr. Vincent Baker, also a happy birthday from Karen and myself. Eugene Broxton, your wife loves you like she has never loved anyone before, so you need to stay strong. And hopefully you'll hear some good news soon. And I want to say a special hello to Larry Barker on the Huntsville unit. Enjoyed your letters. I'll write back soon. And Ty Burns, also, I want to do a shout-out to him. He just recently got out. Okay, I want to say hello to Brian Davis, Rick Rhodes, David Renteria, David Wood, Stephen Long, Casul, Will Spear, John Ramirez, Irving Davis, Robert Frada, Jaime Cole, John Rubio, Danny Bible, Eugene Broxton, Billy Wardlow, Fabian Hernandez, Michael Gonzalez, Abel Ochoa, Patrick Murphy, Daniel Acker, Tony Medina, Federico Valdez, Fidencio Valdez, I'm sorry, Fidencio, Milton Gobert, Carlos Trevino, Ronald Powell, Dennis Hope, Stephen Russell, Ramiro Gonzalez, Fernando Patino, Greg Gomez, Jason Hernandez, Benito, Derek Gales, Rubio, Carlos Bouchette, Chucky, Wendion Sanders, Vincent Baker, Jesse Hill, Kenneth Keeble, Joe Escobedo, Terry Milligan, Rosendo Rodriguez, Beretta, Douglas Armstrong, Michael Winfrey, Antonio Mathis, Rasheen Robinson wants to shout out to Glenn ATL Garden, Lawrence Zone Akins, Nunu, Cody Easter, Wayne Jackson, and Lionel Atkins. John Hummel, Blaine Milam, Elijah Jobert, Anthony Shore, Larry Swearinger, Perry Williams, Perry Austin, Eric Davila, Terwin, Alva McGrath, Tanny Wilkerson, Harvey Fortune, Colton, a.k.a. Cowboy. John Millette wants to shout out to all IWW members, Pack 1. James Swarthart, Ray, Christopher Dye, Jeff Andrizak, Jason Williams, and NG. Javier Mayorga, Jimmy Carrington, Adam Wilkerson, Stephen Duke, Jeffrey Wallace, and Robert Shepard, James Shepard, Angel Stolas, Salvador Urate, Samuel Solomon, Albert Davis, Chris Wright, Arthur Murphy, Guy Alexander, my little brother. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a great Christmas. We're going to Austin to see Nick, so I won't be able to see you this weekend, but I will try to get there next weekend. Rooster, JC, Dirty, JR, Zigzag, Cowboy, Woody, Woo Woo, J Doug, John Boy, Sean, Roadrunner, Wes, Truck Driver, Randy, and Jesse. Frederick Washington, Bill Sims, David Barber, Larry Barker, and James Shepard. Okay, guys, I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas, and I'll be here Christmas night, so I'll say some more shout-outs. Good night.
And I also like to do one special shout-out to Ty Burns. Congratulations on getting out, and keep hanging in there. Things are going to look better for you.
All right. Well, that's been a pretty busy Christmas show, or, well, really not the Christmas show, pre-Christmas show, yeah. We actually had 30 calls. 6 of them were international. We get some complaints from time to time about so many of them being for the Polinsky unit, but everyone's free to call. It's first come, first serve as always. We encourage you to not cuss and try and keep them to 2 minutes. I want to thank the folks that were able to do that this evening and admonish the ones who weren't, and remind you to just watch the clock next time. It helps other people get on.
Right.
And then we had 5 in-house shout-outs, as it turns out, so that was pretty good, well-rounded night. A lot of good information the first half. I want to thank Tanika Solomon for coming in and co-hosting.
I've had fun.
Well, good. We hope you'll come back. You know,
I will be back.
Okay, good. Guys, take care of each other in there right now, because there's nobody that's going to run around in there and watch out for you like somebody in the same situation as you are. Mm-hmm. And the kinder you can be to each other, the easier everybody's life in there will be. And I've seen that demonstrated plenty of times myself. David knows that, and Ray knows that. Ray talks about that. Pretty much every time he gets on, walk slow and drink plenty of water too. But Ray will be here Monday night, 9 to midnight. We've got the show for call-ins. We hope we can fill it up with calls and keep me and Ray from talking too much. And Tanika, will you be here Monday night?
I'm going to be here with bells on.
All right, there we go.
Literally.
Right, now we got it going on here.
Literally.
All right, so and we want to thank everybody, the Prison Show gang. Just, the best people, religiously faithful to come in and do this for no pay, the only thanks they get's whatever comes in the mail from y'all, or, me or David saying this on the air or in the meeting sometimes. And, we can't really thank these folks enough, because that, for 5 long years we've been doing it, this way. And, David and I could probably run the show, but it wouldn't be near the same production or, anything. So we want to thank y'all for tuning in. Stay tuned for Cultural Baggage.